In today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet the granny chevron stitch scarf, and I call this the January Blues scarf. It is an easy one row repeat in the granny shell, and I will show you how to set that up, work through it, and we'll create a nice long scarf. Now you can obviously make yours as long or as short as you want. I will put my measurements for this scarf down below in the description box if you want to see how big I made mine. A quick note, I have worked the scarf in a certain pattern of colors. So this right here is the exact middle of my scarf, and then as I worked the last half of it, I just repeated the color scheme that I did going forward. I will have a pattern available soon on Etsy that lists exactly how many rows of each color and when to change colors if you're interested in doing this exact colorway pattern. For this project, I used 3 different kinds of yarn. They're all acrylic. For the dark blue color, which is color A, I used the Red Heart Soft, and this is called Teal. For color B, which is the lighter, I think it's called Pistachio, I used an Impeccable by Loops and Threads, I believe, and I think the color is Pistachio. And color C, I used Mary Maxim Glimmer, and it has a nice little glimmer running through it, so it kind of sparkles up this scarf just a bit. I am also using a 5mm crochet hook for this scarf, and again I will let you know down below in the description box all the measurements for using these 4-weight yarns and the 5mm crochet hook. To start, you want to start with a slip knot on your hook. And we're going to chain 49 chains to start. For row 1, we're going to work a single crochet back into each stitch all the way across. For row 2, we're going to start with a chain 3, turn. We're going to skip the first 3 stitches, and we're going to work 3 double crochets into the next. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches and work 3 double crochets into the next. Skip the next 2 and 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Now you should have 3 double crochet clusters. We're going to skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next, and this is where we form our peak. So once you have your 3 double crochets, we're going to chain 3 and work 3 double crochets right back into that same stitch. And this will create our peak for our chevron. going to skip 2 and work 3 double crochets into the next. Skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next. And you should have 3 shells. We're going to skip 2, and into the next we're going to work a 3 double crochet together. So skip 2 and work your 3 double crochet together. When you have 4 loops on your hook, you can yarn over and pull back through all 4. We're going to skip 4 stitches and into the next work another 3 double crochet together. When you have 4 loops, yarn over and pull back through all 4, and that creates our valley. We're going to skip 2 and put 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next. You should have 3 shells, one of them being that 3 double crochet together. We're going to skip 2 and put 3 double crochets into the next. Chain 3 and 3 more double crochets into that same stitch, and that creates our second peak. We're going to skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next. Skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next. Skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next. You should have 4 shells. And to finish, we're going to skip the last 2 and put a double crochet into the very last stitch on the end. For row 3, we're going to chain 3, and this is the pattern repeat for the entire scarf. Every row starts with a chain 3. You're going to find that first space, so skip that first shell. Find that first space after the first shell, and you're going to work 3 double crochets into that space. You're going to find the next space in between the shells, and you're going to work 3 double crochets into that space. Find the next space in between shells and work 3 double crochets into that space. And you are working into the spaces in between shells for this entire pattern. Next, we have our chain 3 space. So we're going to work 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets into that chain 3 space. So work your 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets right back into that chain 3 space. And you're going to do that for each peak. So each chain 3 space, you're going to work the 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Find your next space and work 3 double crochets into that space. Find your next space and work 3 double crochets into that space. We're now at our valley, so we want to work on either side of those 3 double crochet together stitches. So that's first space on the right side of your 3 double crochet together. We're working a 3 double crochet together stitch. And we're going to skip the space in between those 3 double crochets and move directly to the next one and work a 3 double crochet together in that space. In the next space, you're working 3 double crochets, find the next space, work 3 double crochets into that space. We are back at our peak, so our chain 3 space, we're going to work the 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet all into that chain 3 space to form our second peak. We're going to find the next space and work 3 double crochets into that space. Find the next space, work 3 double crochets into that space. Find the next space, there's our starting chain 3. Find the next space right there and work 3 double crochets. And to finish the row, we're going to work a double crochet in the top of that turning chain. So you want to find the top of that turning chain and just work a double crochet into it. To change colors, at the end of the row, when you're working your double crochet into the top of the turning chain, you're going to work half that double crochet, bring in your new color, place it on top of your hook, and just finish that double crochet, and that will change colors. Make sure you're working with the working end of the new yarn, and you're going to start the row by chaining 3, just like you do for every row. Turn and continue on with the pattern, working 3 double crochets into that space. And you have changed colors. After you've worked a number of rows, as long as you want your scarf to be, Finish that last chevron row by working a double crochet into the top of the turning chain. And now we're going to work one more row single crochet all along the top. So we start by chaining one, turning our work, and you're just going to put a single crochet into each stitch all the way across. When you get to the chain 3, just work a single crochet into those chain stitches. This is a super easy pattern to do. It's basically just a one row repeat. You've got a nice chevron pattern at the end, and you can change colors throughout your scarf to create a really fun and easy chevron granny stitch pattern. I will have a pattern available on Etsy for this, and it will include the number of rows that I did in each color if you're interested in getting this striped pattern exactly like I did. Obviously you can use any yarn combination colors that you have available, and you don't have to follow this exactly, but I will put a pattern online on Etsy, so if you want to create the same pattern way for the colors, you'll have that option easily available on Etsy, and I will link that down below. I hope you enjoyed this January Blues Granny Chevron Scarf tutorial. Until next time, happy crocheting everyone. Bye!